So a very interesting thing came out the other day, basically explaining the iPhone 15 Pro Max and essentially how Apple is preparing for this specific iPhone to be probably the biggest iPhone that's being sold, not in terms of size, but actually in terms of the amount of sales numbers that these specific iPhones are going to be bringing. Now, this is something that's very interesting because historically, the Pro Max iPhones never really were like the best selling iPhones of all time. But then with the iPhone 14 series in general, I think with the things that Apple did strategically, basically, keeping the iPhone 14 the same, the 14 Plus not being like that great of an iPhone anyway, but then with the Pro and Pro Maxes being those big massive changes, I think that has shifted the focus of a lot of people going from looking at phones like the iPhone, 14 and 14 Plus as the ones they're going to buy because they're cheaper, to now saving more money and then purchasing something like the iPhone 15, iPhone 14 Pro, 14 Pro Max, because those are the devices that had basically more changes to them, that changed a few things here and there. And that is something that is very, very interesting for me. Now, how does that basically take us to this specific day and age of the iPhone 15 Pro Max? Now, what's very interesting about these specific devices is that, for sure, when you have an iPhone like the iPhone 15 Pro, that one's already going to sell fairly well because it's a smaller iPhone, it's cheaper, and a lot of people probably prefer smaller phones just because it's more comfortable to use. But now that Ming-Chi Kuo, that famous, leaker, the analyst, is stating that the 15 Pro Max is going to possibly take up 35 to 40% of iPhone 15 shipments. And that means Apple is probably potentially going to make a lot of money from these more expensive iPhones. Now, there have also been a few leaks stating that there could be like an Ultra iPhone out there, like an iPhone 15 Ultra or something like that, that's going to be, I guess, like an S23 Ultra kind of like, competitor. I am honestly not even too sure what's going to be happening there. But if that is even remotely true, that the Pro Max is going to be taking up, 35 to 40% of sales numbers of the iPhone 15, that could potentially mean that this is the best selling iPhone 15, in general. Of course, if the other iPhones are like 1 or 2%, I doubt it. It's probably gonna be like, I could see the standard Pro being maybe like 20 to 30% in that case. And then the other 20-30% is probably going to be of the other iPhones too. It's going to be a pretty big change, and I'm actually really, really excited about this. For one, again, they're more expensive iPhones, so I don't know if people are going to want to spend more money on them. But two, these are going to be the iPhones that potentially, if Apple's going to be shifting away from the base models, these are the ones that they're going to be focusing a lot of attention on. And if they see people are buying them, hopefully they can start making more changes and, kind of changing a lot more things within these devices. So I'd love to hear your thoughts about this. Let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.